Hey, hello, and how are you this evening? Recently on this, well, I say recently, it was about a month ago, or just over, probably a bit over actually. Um, I did like a trailer reaction for what was then the upcoming I Know What You Did Last Summer requel, uh, which is out now. Um, and this prompted me to take another look at the original I Know What You Did Last Summer from 1997. Because, like I mentioned in the reaction video. I'd not seen it for about 20 odd years, I don't think. And all I remember was it kind of very bloodless even, you know, for a slasher film especially. Um, so I gave it another watch last night, and yeah, that still stands. Yeah, it is. I mean, the kills in it, they're almost like borderline PG-13. I mean, I'm wondering if this got an R rating, originally a 15 in the UK. I wonder if it's because it's got a lot of effing and jeffing in it, so they weren't going for a PG-13 rating. So why was it was like deliberately held back the violence in it? Um, yeah, but I'll get to that uh, in a bit. But yeah, when I watched it years and years ago, I don't remember being very impressed by it. This time around, yeah, still wasn't impressed. In its defense, I was on board for like the first three quarters of an hour, maybe. Because the beginning, the opening sequence, I really kind of liked. Because it plays a Typo Negative's cover of Summer Breeze over the opening credits, and it's a perfect song, perfect version of that song for the tone of this, and it's saying like summer on a coast in a coastal town. Um, and it's like this it's like this helicopter shot. And it's kind of reminiscent of the Lost Boys opening a bit because it's going across the water, kind of comes round on the cliffs, circles round, and kind of zooms in on this dude who's sat on the rocks. I think it's only one shot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So I like that. I dug that. That bit of cinematography, and yeah, for the first like I said, the first act or so, I was on board because like everyone, not everyone, but I'm assuming if you're watching this review, you'll know what the fuck it's about. It's about these four teenagers that are just about to graduate high school, um, and after a night partying, they're driving along a deserted road pretty much at night on the cliff tops, and they bump into some dude. They think they've killed him, so they eventually decide to just chuck him in the sea um, to cover their asses. They're about to do so. It turns out he's not dead, but they throw him in anyway, just to, like I said, cover their asses. And it goes to a year later. They're all kind of suffering from PTSD and guilt, and then they start getting notes saying, "I know what you did last summer," and people start getting offed. Um, it this is a very slow burn film, if you like, because I don't think anyone dies for like the first hour. I don't mind slow burning. Actually, quite like I said, I like the first act of the film. I mean, it's called a slasher film, but like I said, the slashing's not. There's not much slashing. It's more like a mystery thriller. Um, it's more that than a slasher. I mean, people get killed in it, but it doesn't focus on the violence or the bloodshed. It, like I said, it almost shies away from it or shows it from a distance. Um, so yeah, it's okay for like a mystery type of thing. It's got a nice little bit of atmosphere to it, but eventually just thinking, oh, come on, get going already for fuck's sake. I mean, like I say, you start receiving notes saying, I know what you did last summer, blah, blah, and then start getting fucked with individually. Sarah Michelle Gellar gets a haircut while she's asleep, and fucking Ryan Phillip gets driven through a building, and the killer has a chance to kill him then, but he doesn't. Kills him later, but so I'm wondering what's it pissing about doing that for. You have like a red, well, yeah, you have like a red herring or a mistaken idea. They think they've killed this one particular person. It turns out it's not them, it's someone else they ran over. But speaking of red herrings, the first person to die who wasn't involved with the incident at all, it just seems to get offed for no particular reason. He was kind of like he's been set up to be a red herring. It's the Belen from the Big Bang Theory, or if you're my age, Darlene's boyfriend in Roseanne. Yeah, it's kind of setting him up to be a red herring, and then he's the first one to get killed. That's probably the most violent kill in it as well. So you see a fair amount of blood smear, and it shows like he gets like hooked in the chin. Pretty brutal, but even that's pretty tame. That's about as hardcore as you'll get violence wise. Oh, there is a sheriff or a cop who gets killed later on. That's pretty gnarly, but you just see blood coming out his mouth. It's like, that's pretty gross. But again, it's tame, and those two are the most bloody things in it. Bloody kills. I mean, like the four main people. Well, two of them die. Okay, spoilers for this film that's like 28 years old. Yeah, two of them die, and Ryan Phillip is one of them who dies when he finally gets fucking. Oh yeah, well, the killer's like done up in a bloody fisherman's jacket, and he kills him with a hook, like Captain Birdseye on fucking crack. So yeah, Ryan Phillip, he gets killed, but you just see him going, just close up on his face. You don't see any blood or hook stuff. And Sarah Michelle Gellar is the other one who gets killed of the group of the four. You see, it's from a distance, and at night you don't even see, because she's struggling with a fisherman dude, and you're not even sure what's. It's just like you don't even know if she's been killed or not. Yeah. Anyway, getting off track. Zigging and zagging about. So so I was on board with, in terms of like, I like the way it was shot. It kind of stylish, and the performances of the main cast. The four main protagonists. They were all good. Freddie Prinze Jr. was a bit fucking goofy and a bit like, fucking hell, I thought the other three were pretty well. Jennifer Love Hewitt, up until like the final act, near enough. Anyway. Also, Anne Heche, she was like a supporting character in this. I thought she was good in it as well. And considering, I don't know if you're aware what happened to Anne Heche. She went crackers and ended up driving a car into a building. Fucking burnt to shit in the wreckage, and then like died later in hospital. It was pretty awful. It wasn't that long ago, actually. It's 3 or 4 years, maybe, something like that. But anyway, yeah. So what the fuck was I saying? Yeah. Like I said, I've already said, like, the violence is barely non-existent. Like the bloodshed or the gore factor. There is no gore factor in this. Like, and for a slasher, that's. Yeah, it was written by Kevin Williamson, the same dude who wrote Scream, and he'd actually pitched this to the studios before Scream, and they'd fucked him off. But after the success of Scream, there was like a demand for all these like new teen slasher type things. So this one got the green light. Yeah, remember how brutal the kills in Scream were, So you think they would? It doesn't. I don't like gory shit. I don't. I'm not into like slasher films at all. I like the mystery aspect of it, but if you can have some dude running about in a pack and like with a fucking hawk, put a bit of, do something, get a bit creative with shit, Like I said, it's almost like they were trying to go for a PG-13 rating, but it can't be because there's like I said, effing and jeffing all over the place. Yeah, the word fuck is used quite liberally. There's no tit action or anything like that here, which is another rule of the slasher. As mentioned in Scream, it's like, yeah, yeah. So overall, it's quite dreary. Then we get to the final act where they discover who it is. I won't go into like I won't go into the details, like, but they end upon the two Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt, the two surviving members. They end up on the fucking boat at the end, and like I said, I thought the performances were good, but Jennifer Love Hewitt's performance when she was suffering PTSD and that, and she got traumatized, she was very good. Not very good, but she was good, decent enough. But then it gets to the boat where the killer's there with him and chasing him about. All she does is fucking scream. Every time, if like they'll get away from him and whatever, be running about. Anytime pops up, she goes like, ah. I mean, Freddie Prinze Jr. fucking knocks him into the water. Then he gets back on board, and I don't know, the killer will appear behind him. Instead of her saying, look out, she'll just go, ah. She just screams. She doesn't say a word for like the last 15 minutes. Near enough. So yeah, that was a bit. Yeah, this review is not really going many. I'll kind of summarize my thoughts on it. I liked the cinematography. I liked the way it was shot. It was a nice kind of stylish. It wasn't crass in the way it was shot. Good soundtrack. There was some good, like I said, Type O Negative. Summer Breeze. Cooler Shaker with their cover of Posh by Deep Purple. That plays over the closing credits as well. Oh yeah, the ending's daft as well. But you know what I mean? Fucking, it's a year later. It's a year late. So it's 2 years after the event, and it's 1 year after the killings. Jennifer Love Hewitt's back at uni or whatever, college, and she's seems she's a lot happier and bright because she's not weighed down by this guilt and this trauma anymore. But then like the fucking fisherman dude jumps out of a shower, and that's how it ends. But because there is, I still know what he did last summer, the sequel. I think they put that down to having it being a nightmare. So yeah, whatever the fuck. Anyway, it's kind of irrelevant. Yeah, the soundtrack was good. I can't remember what other songs were on there, but it was of its time, late 90s. Yeah, quite decent stuff about them. Yeah, what else? Performance of the main cast, they were good. I thought the killer in it, his acting was a bit. Well, just the character in general was a bit wank. It's like, I'm a killer. Who are? I'm a killer. Oh, I'm a mad fisherman. I'm gonna gut you with my hook. No one's gonna fucking see it though. Yeah. I probably had a lot of thoughts about it that I forgot to mention. It's usually the case when you do stuff like this. But yeah, it's overall really just dull. Really, I mean, like I said, the story just drags on a bit. Like I said, I like slow burn, but this doesn't lead up to anything like I said, anticlimactic, I guess you could say. Doesn't lead up to anything. It doesn't, you know. So yeah, it was pretty much. I remember having this reaction to it when I first saw it. I'm like, because I was expecting, you know, after Screaming out, all these like new teen slasher started coming out. This was like, this was a big hit, you know, near enough. And so I thought it would be, you know, a bit more of that ilk. But anyway, what the fuck? What the fuck? I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, I did. I mentioned already. They did a sequel. I still know what you did last summer. That's gory. They upped the gore factor on that, but it's a really fucking awful film. I mean, Jack Black's character in it, he gets like fucking massacred. But I think the point that made him so irritating that you wanted to see. That's what you wanted to see, you know. Yeah, for some reason I feel like watching that again as well, just because I watched this one. Because I'll check out the new one. I'm guessing they'll have upped the gore factor in the new one, because it just seems like because they're bringing back all the IPs from like the mid-90s, all the slasher stuff. Because, well, Halloween they brought back, that was successful. So they did the same with Scream, that's successful, still going. Scream 7's on its way at some point. So they're like, oh, what else have we got? Oh, I know what you did last summer. It's like, okay. Another killer with a fucking pack a mac and a fish hook. Well, okay. We'll see. But yeah. Yeah, this review's kind of, it's back and forth, up and down, but you know. Yeah, can't really think of much else to say. But yeah, you know. Yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you did. And yeah, until next time, I'll see ya. That's supposed to be a hug, by the way.